everyone, I am Dr. Apneet Walia. I am in the department of the Kriya, Sharir. Today I discuss the topic HAEMOPOETIC system. Composed of two words, heme plus poetic. Heme means blood and poetic means formation. So the process of the blood formation is called the HAEMOPOETIc system. And it is composed of three blood cells: red blood cells, erythrocytes, white blood cells, leukocytes, platelets, and platelets is called the thrombocytes. Blood is called the fluid of life, fluid of growth, and a fluid of health. The average volume of the blood in a normal adult is 5 liters. So blood is composed of the formed elements, blood and plasma, that is called the watery fluid, and watery fluid composed of 55%, and blood that is composed of formed elements is composed of 45%. And blood is red in color, and average volume of the blood in a normal adult is 5 liters, and it is slightly alkaline in nature, that is pH 7.4, and is slightly viscous than water. Most abundant type of the blood cells, that is 99% of the blood cells are RBCs. Next we come to the shape of the RBCs, that is biconcave disc-like with no nucleus. This particular structure of the blood cells helps them to travel even in the smallest blood vessels. So only camel has the nucleated red blood cells, and spleen is the graveyard of the RBCs. Next we come to the functions of the RBCs. First function, major function of the RBCs: oxygen transport, that is from the lungs to the tissues; carbon dioxide transport from the tissues to the lungs, that is buffer action by hemoglobin, maintenance of the acid-base pairs. Next we come to the normal value. The normal value of the RBCs is 4.5 to 6.5 million millimeter cube per cubic millimeter, and in females is 3.8 to 6.8 million millimeter cube per cubic millimeter. Now we come to the next topic, white blood cells. So white blood cells is called the leukocytes. They are the largest blood cells, but they account for only about 1% of the blood volume. They are nucleated and some granules in their cytoplasm, like this. They have an important function in defense and immunity, and they protect the body from invading organisms by acting like soldiers. Next we come to the types. There are two main types, granulocytes and agranulocytes. The granulocytes, which have granules, and there are three types: neutrophils, eosinophils, and basophils. Agranulocytes having plain cytoplasm without granules, and there are two types, monocytes and the lymphocytes. Neutrophils is called the polymorphs. They are the fine small granules in the cytoplasm, and the nucleus is multilobed. And in older neutrophils, the 2-5 lobes present, and the shape of the neutrophils is amoeboid in nature, and diameter is 10 to 12 micron. Next we come to eosinophils. They are the large coarse granules in cytoplasm, and the bilobed nucleus, and spectacle shaped, and the diameter is 10 to 14 micron. Next we come to basophils. They are the very coarse granules in cytoplasm, and the nucleus is bilobed but not the spectacle appearance, and diameter is 8 to 12 micron. Next we come to the monocytes. The largest leukocytes, that is 14 to 18, and the nucleus is round, oval, horseshoe shape, bean shape, and the kidney shape. Next we come to the lymphocytes. The nucleus is oval, bean shape, and the kidney shape, and nucleus occupies the whole of the cytoplasm. The normal TLC count is 4,000 to 11,000 cubic millimeter. And the next we come to the functions of the WBCs. First we come to the neutrophils. Neutrophils, the first function is destruction of the microorganism, phagocytosis, antimicrobial action, anti-inflammatory action, bactericidal action. Next we come to the eosinophils. Eosinophils, they are very less active than the neutrophils, and their functions is phagocytosis, elimination of the worm parasites, and the acceleration of the inflammatory response. Next, we come to the functions of the basophils. The basophils functions is first the prevention of the intravascular blood clotting, destruction of the microorganisms, production of the acute hypersensitivity reactions. Next, we come to the monocytes functions, acceleration of the inflammatory response, destruction of the invading organisms, and macrophages has very important functions in the inflammation and immunity, and it is production of the activated T lymphocytes. Next, we come to the lymphocytes. The lymphocytes are composed of two lymphocytes. This is T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes. The T lymphocytes is function is acceleration of the inflammatory response, destruction of the invading organisms, chemotaxis, the activation of the immune system. And B lymphocytes, the destruction of the invading organism, activation of the immune system, and chemotaxis. That's all. Hemopoiesis. Hemopoiesis, it is the process of the original development and maturation of all the blood cells, and it occurs in the red bone marrow, and it is the process of the blood cell formation. Erythropoiesis, it is the process of the original development and the maturation of the erythrocytes. Thank you so much for listening my topic hemopoietic system.